Hello, this is your friend and brother, V. Simpson Turner Jr., coming to you on the show The Public Wants to Know. And before we begin, we want to remind you to our Twitter users, you can follow us on Twitter, Dr. V.S. Turner Jr. on Twitter, and also those that are on the Instagram, Dr. V.S. Turner Jr. on the gram. And tonight we want to talk about there is a crisis in our country pertaining to food and the mishandling of it that's happening in our nation. Do you know that crops that farmers are growing all across our nation are being thrown out because they are ripening at the time now, and there's nowhere for them to ship it because schools are closed and restaurants are closed and the cruise ship lines are closed and at this point. But the greater issue is that we have thousands and thousands of people who are in lines at food banks and food pantries every day because they've lost their jobs and they can't feed their families. And homeless people are going hungry every day. And we are, as a nation, having our farmers to throw out crops, their cucumbers and green beans and others. They're throwing those out. And then even the dairy farms are having to discard hundreds of thousands of gallons of milk each day. And this is a travesty to be happening in our nation at this time when people are trying to find food that our American farmers, whether in the produce industry or the dairy farmers, are throwing out food every day. This is outlandish, to say the least. And all the while, government leaders are playing politics, trying to say who's in charge and who has the authority, and bickering between each other in a power struggle or a political tug of war, while our people are suffering. People are suffering. They're looking for food every day. And our federal government has to find a way to get this food to our American people. And what's even a greater travesty is that Mexico, and I have nothing against Mexico, but they're still able to import fruit and vegetables into our country while American farmers who are growing food here, homegrown in our nation, have to throw it out every day. This is an indictment on our federal government and on our government. And they have to stand up now and show true leadership and make sure that this stops and that the American farmers have the opportunity to be able to have that surplus food get to our cities and states and get to the people who need it in those food pantries and those food banks so that they can get it to the underprivileged and those who are indigenous now because of this circumstance. We have to see true leadership. So we're watching you and we hope you will stand up and be a leader in our government. This is okay. Thank you. This again has been your brother and your friend V. Simpson Turner Jr. for the Public Wants to Know show. Again, inviting you to tune in and continue to support us. And certainly also to remember to follow us on Twitter, Dr. V.S. Turner Jr. on Twitter, and Dr. V.S. Turner Jr. also if you're on the gram. Certainly, we look forward to you following us on both of those platforms and also continuing to watch us here on The Public Wants to Know. All right, until next time, remember, it's going to get better.